Put your pants up for Detroit. Put your pants up for Detroit.
Jesus, Hydra, put some pants on. We're live.
He had some whiskey already.
Yeah, he had 2 glasses apparently.
I think so.
So Hydra was
So
regaling us with how he rediscovered his childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
Is that where you got that picture?
Yeah. That was from my very beginning of the adventure into tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
And apparently I've been once to during the 6th grade I was in England, and I visited the first Games Workshop, like outside the Games Workshop I knew.
Oh.
And yeah, they taught me how to paint or something like that.
Yeah.
And even more funnier, well, this is me, but more importantly, when you look down there, you see all the boxes that I bought. I think the people I was staying with, they had no kids, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you go and what you like, and we'll buy it for you." And I was like, "Ooh, this and this and this," and they sold me like all the shit.
So what did you buy?
Space Marines, Blood Angel Space Marines, of course.
Oh God! Everyone starts with Blood Angels. Marco, you, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Let's drink on it.
Yeah,
Let's drink blood on it.
Oh, I don't have a drink. I gotta get a drink.
So, as I went back to my mother's place, I found all those decal sheets.
Yep.
And I figured, well, maybe someone would be interested in those.
Question for the people in the chat. How's our audio coming through? Does it stand okay? Is it too loud, too quiet? Daddy Gamble also started with Blood Angels. I feel like I know Daddy Gamble by another name. Well, Symbio Joe says our audio is great, and I know that if our audio was at all bad, Symbio Joe would use it to mercilessly punish us, so that must mean that our audio is fine.
Oh dear. Don't say that, Symbio Joe. Basically saying, something will happen now because the audio is good like last week.
Hey, it's Atelier!
Oh. Hey, Atelier!
Oh, guys, if you didn't see, Atelier just posted a video on YouTube.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Have you watched it? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, part of it, because I was sitting on the parking lot seeing that and clicked through it, and it was pretty cool. Especially since you saw his face in the beginning, and it felt like, oh yeah, you now actually can put a name to the face.
Oh, actually, before you guys showed up, Flynn turned on his camera so I could check my settings, and I was like, who is this very young child who stumbled into our stream? He's a very youthful gentleman.
Open. No, that's just me.
That just shows how old we are, right?
Yeah. I told him there will be a time where he's very glad that everyone thinks he's much younger than he is. Okay. So Hydra, do you want to take it away with like your
That time hasn't come yet.
What hasn't come yet? Oh, that time hasn't come yet.
Well, maybe someone else starts, because I got a little technical question here, and then I will take it away.
Okay. Because I need to go take a leak. Marco, tell us what you got there. What are you showing us?
Horrible alien pod. Broken up. No, it's a 3D print from a company called Mini Factory, and I thought it was kind of nifty for Tyranid scenery. I just got it printed by a friend of mine with a resin printer, and it came out great.
Nice. Did you do something with your camera? It just shifted to portrait from landscape.
Okay.
It was perfect, and then it just turned, and now it's on its side, kind of.
I have no idea.
Oh, I think it's your phone picking up your orientation.
Oh shit! Yeah, I see. I'll check it out.
That's okay. That's a cool looking pod, though. Although it does, like all Tyranid terrain, we've talked about this, it does look rather suggestive.
It does. It's meant to be.
I guess that's the hallmark of good Tyranid terrain. If it doesn't make you go, should I be putting that on the tabletop? Then it's not good Tyranid terrain. And just seeing in the chat that Peter Hampson got his 2nd edition Tyranid Codex today, which is awesome, because the 2nd edition Tyranid Codex is amazing. So congratulations on that. The hell? Oh my god.
Spooky as bone, man. Oh, I see things. People are talking. I can't hear.
What? Are people talking? I can't hear. That's weird because I'm getting audio on my end. Is anyone else having issues with audio on YouTube? We've got an excellent connection, so I'm not sure what that's about. Sounds. Peter Hampson said nope. I hope that's to. Is anyone having audio issues?
Yeah.
Your audio might be a little messed up. Audio's fine. Okay, there we go. What were we? Oh, Marco, you were good there. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're fixed. Everything's great. Except for you're upside down. Yeah. Don't touch it. Everything's fine. Don't touch it. You're upside down, but it'll be fine. Oh, Mark Gibbons, right. Yeah, I love the 2nd edition Tyranid Codex because it's the codex that started me on Tyranids, so I'm all for everyone who's interested in Tyranids having a copy of that thing.
Yeah, I've got one myself.
Good.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, folks.
You ready?
So, Nick,
Okay.
are you working on the, Nick, are you working on the Dominatrix today?
Yes, I really need to finish this damn thing because it's been on my desk for a long time, and I'm getting to a point where I'm getting excited about it. So I feel like I should just lean into the excitement and power through.
Nice.
Because I'm definitely more excited about the Dom right now than I am about the Death Daisy. And I asked Simon if that was okay, and he said it was fine.
Well, this is about suffering, isn't it?
Well, for Simon maybe, but I don't know about the rest of us. Don't worry, I promise I'll suffer after this is done. Or maybe I should tell you that I am suffering. Oh, it's so hard to work on. I'm so suffering.
Nah, you're just suffering the guilt of not being able to get it finished.
There we go, thank you. But wait, if I'm finished, does that mean it relieves me of the suffering? Because if we're aiming for suffering, this is getting complicated.
That's when the Death Daisy comes in.
Exactly. Then more suffering. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. And like I posted it on the old Instagram there, but I was working on the head, and I wanted to I did the blades last time, and then I wanted to define the back of like that ridge on the head, and I sculpted it in Milliput and green stuff, which is new for me. I tried Milliput a long time ago, and it kind of frustrated me, so I gave up on it. But I'm really, really happy with like how clean and smooth a finish you can get from Milliput and green stuff. Like I can get a pretty clean finish off of epoxy sculpt, but I don't know. It just feels like this is like some next level stuff. And I was inspired from Death Daisy because I tried it on that one armor plate, or a couple of armor plates on the Death Daisy, and it came out so nicely that I was like, well, maybe I should try this on the Dom. And yeah.
So you basically used the Death Daisy as an experiment.
Yes. This is what it's good for.
Okay. I think I got this sorted now.
Okay, I'm going to run away and pee. You take over.
Have fun.
You guys are in charge.
Enjoy it.
Good. Flynn, I need your help now.
Yes.
because I'm not sure how to do this, but I would happily part from anything what you're seeing here and try to sort this. We have all kinds of mostly Space Marines sheets here.
Yeah, I can see Space Wolves. That's the tank one that you just moved.
Yeah.
There's what's it called?
There's
There's
more
a Chaos
tank.
one there.
We got the Cadian. I think these are, I think they're pretty fun, but I don't know what you would use them for. The undead ones.
Oh yeah, that's more for like you put on banners or shields and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I got one Sisters of Battle decal sheet, and I would happily part with it with everything or just parts or whatever to anyone who wants to have it. All I'm asking for is that you scream here in the chat, and you are happy to pay the postage, because I don't know when the frack you're living, and yeah. So if you're fine with me slapping them in an envelope and shipping them your way, just post them in the comments. But because I don't see the comments, I need your eyes, Flynn. So
Yeah. I'm going to make a sticky note and then just send it to you on Instagram afterwards. So, oh, hang on a minute. If any of you guys have got Instagram as well, post your Instagram in there as well, just so I know to give it to Hydra for who to message and everything for like addresses and stuff. So we don't know when doctors themselves.
So this is the first thing. I got all those sheets. And the other thing that I found, let me just put this away, is a... Shit. No, I dropped it. Hooray! Oh, what I found really funny is those, I don't know if you remember them, they are those banners for the bikes, for the poles. They're fun. And what I also found was an old rule book. There. It's 4th edition, and it's been sitting there for quite a while, and it's German, but it still has some pretty amazing artwork in there. So if anyone wants to have that to, I don't know, rip out pages and frame them, or whatever purpose you want to use them for, that's pretty cool right here. Some Crude Boys, yay! Yeah, just let me know, and if you're paying the postage, you can have that as well.
Yay!
Otherwise it's going to the bin, but it's pretty cool. I have one myself, so therefore, there you go, huh? Fancy. Okay, that was my little insert here. It's not, I know, it's not very super excited, but I found this and I took joy from it, but I have absolutely no use for that, so if you can use it, let me know.
I've got actually a question for you guys. Like, there's one NID conversion that people seem to do a lot with, like the Swarm Lords and the Hive Tyrant, which I just can't understand at all. It just looks strange to me. It's when people get the Flying Hive Tyrant tail and put the hooves on it, so it gives it that effect like it's leaping, but to me, I just can't not see it as a kangaroo using its tail to move forward. It's like when it's on like a rock base or anything with the feet firmly on the ground and stuff with the longest tail, it's fine. But as soon as it's just like it's the tail it's on, it just looks like a kangaroo, and I can't unsee it.
Right now, I cannot unsee it as well.
You can enjoy it. You can share my suffering.
I never noticed so far, but I've been away for a long time, so maybe I couldn't. But the funny thought, maybe. I mean, I do miss the whole leaping mutation style we used to have. Remember the leaping warriors?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I always found it kind of characterful. Just like the raptors in Jurassic Park, to have the warriors jumping and chasing the prey. But when you say kangaroo, you have a point.
It's the death kangaroo. Kangaroo of doom. Doomy doom.
Jacob Foster just said, well, now I demand kangaroo horns. First thing that came to my mind was getting the gargoyles and putting actual feet on them with hooves. There you go, you've got kangaroo ones that have the tail stuck onto it.
Nice.
Spookiest moment. Lean into it and make Hive Fleet Dundee.
Good one.
Hive Fleet Dundee, yes.
Everything, everything deadly comes from Australia.
What was the word Steve Irwin always said? It was crikey?
Crikey, yeah.
Yeah, that's crikey.
Crikey, isn't she a beaut?
Yeah.
Famous last words, right?
Yeah.
Certainly.
It seems like I'm not the only person who doesn't like that conversion.
Yeah, I think the tail on the Hive Tyrant is a weird part.
Yeah. It's, as I said, it's when someone's done it and they've got like the feet on like some rocks and the tail just goes down longer between the two. It's good because it's like it's based on something. It looks like it's actually firm. Where it's just on the tail. Boing, 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 boing. It's like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, Marco, how do you like 3D printing so far in your hobby?
Well, it's kind of hit and miss, mainly because when you print some of the files, the printing solutions aren't yet there, and you have too many steps on the models, which is kind of awkward. With the last model I worked on, I had to put 3 coats of spray putty over it to get it kind of smooth, but it's always hit and miss with this kind of technique. So I think it isn't quite there yet. With these prints you can see right now here, I have 2 kinds of prints for scenery. These are resin prints, and these are perfect.
Okay.
These are really, really nice, totally smooth, very well designed files. And if this is the kind of quality we can expect in the future, then there's going to be a lot of possibilities. Good stuff here.
Okay. Because I recently received my first 3D printed miniatures ever, and I was a bit excited and had some mixed feelings about how this was going to be, but I had from 3 different studios.
Okay.
And one was from I don't know. I'm a sucker for all these nostalgic things, and therefore I bought some Hero Quest miniatures, which are designed in resemblance of the artwork on the cover. Like this one, I think the most iconic is the barbarian swinging his broadsword.
Yeah, it certainly is.
On the picture, he looked awesome and he looked really cool. But when you compare those miniatures to your standard 28mm miniatures, they look drastically out of scale or have weird scale. I think the most weird one is the elf. Because he is from the body, he's rather tall, but his face is like half the size of a standard, I would say, 28mm face, and I cannot bring myself to put them next to other models. So this line is totally scrapped for me. For example, this dude, he looks rather sleek and everything, but compared to 28 millimeter miniatures, he's massively tall. But
Yeah.
I don't know, the scale doesn't really work for me, so that was a try that failed somehow.
But doesn't that have to do something with the process of 3D printing, or is it just the design of the files?
I think that's my point. It's not the process, because they are printed pretty flawless. They still have those places where those you know, how are they called, structures, stabilizers, you know.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm just going to quickly interrupt. Nora the Norn Queen says hello.
Where? How am I
In
not
the
seeing
chat.
this?
She was
Hello,
right
Norn
underneath
Queen.
your comment.
What the hell?
Hello, non queen. Hi.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh my god, she changed her name to Nora the Nord Queen. I was looking for her old name. That's amazing. She's behind me. Ah! Hey, David Hills, welcome. Guys, I'm so fucked. My Norn Queen's got her own account now. She's gonna start an Instagram. She's gonna have way more followers than me. She can post updates about how she's thinking about painting her wood elves maybe one day. Also, while you guys were talking about 3D printing, Jacob Foster offered to send you some 3D prints. Apparently he's got some cool stuff. And, like, Jacob Foster is legit. He just made me an amazing video about, like, all the undead lore for all of the old world. Because I was like, I don't understand skeletons. So, if he offers you something, he's going to follow through.
I take everything.
You're cheap.
Yes.
All the things.
Yeah, and I'm not picky.
You definitely are. You'll use anything for Frostgrave.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Hey.
offer.
Yes, thank you very much for the offer.
Apparently he's
And
moving
finally-
currently, but... Sorry, what was that? Hydra?
Finally, we're having this one. I've seen this miniature quite often right now, especially in the 28 with the 28 dudes,
Yeah.
because it has this really spooky shape, and the print is almost flawless. You still have to do some cleaning, but the print is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially those chains. And I think the point is that I was very skeptical about 3D printing.
Yep.
But I think it really depends on who is doing the original model.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
And they all look so nice on your screen, but when they show up, you see the difference.
Exactly.
Story
And I
of my
think
life.
that's really misleading, or can be really misleading.
Also, when like
Well, I'm
When
not
people-
getting it.
when people design 3D miniatures and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll send you the STL files and like you can print them yourself." I just like tune that out because I'm like, I don't have a printer. I don't want to get a printer, and like I know enough to understand that like supporting the models and stuff like that work is not easy work. And that probably something that they should do for you.
Though I've
Yeah.
heard in a podcast that there should be, well, that it depends on the printer, and some printers have software that plays the
The supports.
supports themselves,
Yeah.
and that they sometimes even work better than having like board supports.
So while I should be working on my dominatrix, I just got this shipment of miniatures that I literally ordered a year ago, and it just came to me, and I'm having dreams of converting Osiarch Bone Reapers into old style Tyranid warriors.
Nice.
Nice.
Do it.
Further distractions from what I should be working on.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that's a
What have
time
I
for
gotten
later.
into here?
What's that?
What have I gotten into here? It's the Procrastinators Conference, remember?
Hey, we're making progress. Just progress on different things all the time.
Nick, if you get confused, Jacob Voss has now changed his name on YouTube to Dwarfen Age to match his Instagram.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm familiar. Okay, but wait. Who is Daddy Gamble?
Yeah. He's the one doing the Vitiator, but I still... Daddy Gamble, have you got an Instagram or have you got Twitter
Who
or
are
anything
you?
just so we can relate you? Who
Yeah.
are you? Where do you come from?
Yeah, I'm just curious as to what Daddy Gamble's like Insta handle is, because I think I know Daddy Gamble, but I don't recognize that name. You don't have to change it or anything. I'm just curious. Oh my god, these things are so weird. These miniatures. Yeah, looking at these Osiark Bone Reapers, they're not as close to the old Tyranid warriors as we think.
He doesn't have Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow. Those people exist?
Bold move.
Yeah.
Bold choice.
We're gonna try because he wants me to post links to his Vitiator. So I'm gonna try and see what I can do to get around that.
Thank you, Nora the Norn Queen, for telling me that I did a good job fixing the dominatrix in the way you asked me to. So glad to hear it. Oh my god, what is that? Hydra, what are we looking at?
This is... I told you that I went to my mother's place
Oh yeah.
and dug out some old things, and I just remembered. You said old Tyranid warriors.
Nice.
Yeah, my old Tyranid warriors.
Feel good.
Never painted, and up to date, I am amazed by this open chest thing.
Yep. Everyone loves that. That's the like #1 thing that people prize about those models.
And I had, back in the day, I had flying Hormigons, because they could have wings.
Yeah.
But because I couldn't afford regular wings,
You could afford flight stands.
yeah, I could. Every bike came with two, so everyone had one left over, which I could get. But what I did was I used plastic card, like the blister card.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
made
wow.
Made
Bug wings.
those wings.
No.
But they eventually, most of them broke off.
Yeah. Oh,
But here I
cool.
have some still intact. Well, there you can see that I even used some old frame part.
That's genius.
Aha.
They were quite fun. And yeah, that was my Hive Tyrant. Yeah, flappy wings.
So what is
Never-
this
I
scheme,
think
though? This
she-
is an old
she
scheme
never-
or a different scheme.
Yeah, that's my first Hive Fleet.
Is it black skin?
Okay.
Or no? Is it unpainted?
What?
Is the skin painted or not?
Yes, yes. It's very dark blue.
Oh, it's kind of cool. And that's a cool conversion for your Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, that was heavily inspired by Kerrigan.
Nice.
And I also had like all weird customs.
You've got good customs. That's cool. Is that it's a thing. Assassin.
That's the Vis.
Calidus.
Sorry.
Calidus Assassin. What? That conversion I was always really fond of.
What's the base model?
A Asher Juve.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some oldie but goldies in that box. That's one I always really liked, and I found him.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Heinrich Kemmler. And I have repainted my garage I had from back in the day, and I thought I had lost my Kemmler somewhere.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it, and I was so happy to find him in that box, and he will take a bath in the
Simple
paint
green?
remover.
Yep.
Yeah. Jesus, I was having way too much fun with those conversions back in the day. And I found this dude. He was pretty amazing. He was my favorite preacher model ever.
So Dwarfenage, Jacob Foster's really into death, like undeath and stuff like that from fantasy. So he's freaking out that you have Kimmler. Yeah, Dwarfenage. I was just wondering if you covered Kimmler. I was like, what's this Kimmler dude? Haven't heard about him yet. Oh, Jade Finchstein joined us, as did Hannibal Lichter. Welcome.
One point there. I don't think the Games Workshop Studio would call any character Heinrich Kemmler these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds a bit off.
It is very inspired.
By whom?
By terrible things?
The Nazi called Himmler.
Yeah.
It most definitely is.
I want to have proof of that.
It's the first thing I thought of when you said his name. I was like, do you mean Himmler? It's like, no, Kimmler. It's like, okay.
Black British humor.
I would be interested how, Flynn, how would you pronounce that name?
Heinrich. So wait, it's Heinrich Himmler. Wait, which one was that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, let me just see it written down, then I'll pronounce it because.
And it sounds exactly how he pronounced it. Sounds exactly like the Nazi.
Because I think I would get confused between the two. I just.
Well, no, but I'm saying like I'm assuming Simon. Maybe you're asking him to pronounce it because he's a British English speaker, and the dudes who made these models are British English speakers, and they made jokes based on pronunciation and stuff like that. Like. Gazgul's name doesn't really sound like Margaret Thatcher unless you say it in British.
Yeah, it's Heinrich Kemmler.
I never knew that about Gazgul.
I only learned it recently.
Yeah.
It's Thatcher, yeah?
Yeah. Gazgul Thraka, Margaret Thatcher.
Well, it's Mag Ook, isn't it?
If you're northern, it sounds like Gazgul Thraka is Margaret Thatcher. You can go 5 miles in the UK and the accent will change. So,
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are polluting my Norn Queen. She just Googled the hair specs and she said it's badass. She clearly needs to watch our Tyranid design review where we tear it a new one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all agreed it was badass, but
Bad.
not perfect.
More the bad and not the ass.
Yes. Yes, it was bad and it was ass. What am I gonna do?
I thought Jacob Foster goes, G-Dub, Games Workshop's old names were wild. Like the witch hunter that hunted the blood dragons was actually named after Van Halen.
Oh yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah,
actually
they have
include that name. You just
Matt
kept calling them the
Blackburn.
Witch Hunter in your video,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, the old days.
I mean,
Another
take
thing
it
I
seriously.
found was this little.
Oh, is that the catalog?
Yeah, it was handed out to how this whole thing works, and that was pretty amazing. Like a massive trip back. Well, you had a short description of the rules, and those fancy terrain pieces, and some fancy models, and there he is again. With
Old
all the red
Heinrich.
and green you could hope for. Oh, and this one. I have marveled at this picture for ages.
Whoa. Yeah, that was the
Because that
original
was-
40K box. And that was $100 Canadian. All those models, all those books.
Yeah.
Good
and
deal.
I just loved how it had rule books, and I just love those artworks. How can you look at those Blood Angels and do not want to play Blood Angels? I don't know how you can make that.
I also love that they show the models unpainted.
Hmm?
They show the models unpainted. That's really weird.
And that's pretty cool. Like, those terrain pieces bring back so much memory.
Yeah.
I can hardly imagine how much work it was to build these ruins here.
Yeah, it's probably all like
good memories.
cardboard and foam.
Yeah. And that orc town, that was so amazing.
Yes, I love that.
Nora asked, "What's your issues with the higher specs?"
Okay, Nora, go back and do your homework, bud. The video's on YouTube here. My issue with the hair specs is that it doesn't look very threatening. It looks like an angry bullfrog. I mean, it's got cool tentacles, and actually Marco is using the mouth of the hair specs as the ass on his exocrine. People were talking earlier about what people are working on. So Simon is working on Project Dim Karen, which is a very expensive model that's actually called a Dimacaron, but we decided that, what did we decide? That she wants to speak to the manager about how she's not getting enough biomass or something?
I pronounced it a little bit wrong, and then we just ran with it.
Thank you for that, friend.
That was the originator.
Yeah.
That was a great gift you gave us. And then Marco is working on Project Definitely Not Ron Jeremy, because we haven't come up with a better name for it. And it's an exocrine, which means that it's a artillery Tyranid, which has a big giant gun. And any Tyranid with a big giant gun looks like it's got a big giant wang stuck to its back. So hence the Ron Jeremy inspiration. But yeah.
I figured it was because it was so fugly.
Oh yeah, Ron Jeremy is kind of fugly. Oh yeah, it's fugly, but it has like one good thing about it, or one famous thing about it. But the cool thing about what Hydra's doing is that he's totally reposing this model that was absolutely hideous to begin with, and making it a lot more scenic and a lot more narrative. And the cool thing about what Marco's doing is he's got this really amazing idea for like how, well, I would say a horrific idea for how the ammunition for his big artillery beast is generated, which I'm really excited to see. And me, I'm not working on the thing I'm supposed to be working on. I'm working on this instead.
Marco, did you get the giant hand? Yeah.
Not yet. It's gotten delayed in the post, but it's on the way.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one actually. You start using it.
Yeah, same here. Really looking forward to it.
Wait. Oh, he is using the hand. Okay. I thought he was just using the victim.
Yeah, the victim
No.
is on the hand.
It's probably not news for you, especially in Britain, but I have to say that the Brexit really sucks.
Oh yeah.
You've seen it like affect your shipping and stuff?
Yeah, because last week you told us that you have received your prints from Galapagos.
Oh, me? Yeah?
Yeah, and I received mine as well.
But he's not in the
Sort
UK,
of.
is he?
Say again?
He's not in the UK.
He's not?
No, he's in like Spain or Portugal or something, I think. Isn't he?
Ooh, what?
I thought. Am I wrong?
If he's in like Malta and stuff, that's still classed as being part of the UK.
Oh, there.
Which
That's your mistake.
It's
There's
right
a
next
problem.
to it, and Gibraltar and all that stuff, and that affects it all as well.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I figured he was in the UK because I think I've read it somewhere, and now my parcel is not stuck with the customs, but are stuck with our postal service, and they paid the customs in advance for me.
Oh, how
And,
helpful.
Yeah, and the customs for that were 12 euros, and they charged me 6 euros for that.
Yeah.
What?
So I'm paying like 18 euros, almost 20 euros on top of the price I've paid.
Oh, they charged you €6 for paying the €12.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we paid €12 for you, and now you got to pay us €18 because that was the €12 plus a €6 service fee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little crazy.
And they do not ask you. Well,
Yeah.
that's the main point. They do not ask you. I just got the notification being like, hey, your parcel arrived, and it could have been at your porch, but because our postman is not allowed to take money from you, you have to go to that shop and pick it up there.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we charge you extra for that.
Oh, man.
And I could have simply walked to the customs and got it there. So thank you for nothing, assheads.
You should talk to Marco.
Yeah,
Marco is good friends with the German customs officers. He goes out for beers with them regularly.
You know what? Today I paid like 450 euros in customs taxes.
Screw you, for what?
€450.
Were you ordering an entire X-Wing?
Close enough. It was for my set of Mandalorian armor, which was painted in the US.
Oh.
And well, customs fucked me over big time.
How the hell can they charge you that much? Holy shit.
Because it was probably very expensive what he paid, right?
It was pretty expensive, but they didn't have any mercy or pity or anything, just to use a slightly lower tax bracket or something.
What?
Yeah, I've been caught out myself with because we've got it in the UK where you get charged the VAT that you should have been charged for buying it. So it's like
Oh, God, yeah.
20% or whatever the cost is, and then
That's the biggest bullshit ever, yeah.
this is like £4 handling fee for the same thing that Simon just spoke about,
Yeah.
and it stopped me from buying a few things just because it's like I don't want to get it, and it's been pot luck half the time if I've got charged customs or not. I've been charged.
Sorry, it's been what? Pot
like-
luck?
Pot luck. So it's like sometimes I'll get charged the customs on something that I shouldn't have because it's underneath the bracket, but
Mhm.
because of conversion rates and they just don't see it that way. They just see the number and the currency.
Yeah.
They charge it. And other times I've bought stuff and it's got the listing on it, same reasoning for the import and stuff, and I don't get the customs put onto it. Like the Siege Giant came through from Germany for 3 months. I was expecting to get customs done on that one. No customs came straight through and I got it.
Nice.
Got no clue what's going to happen with it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty random in Canada, too, whether we get charged for customs or not. I can't really keep track. I haven't gotten hit lately, but that probably means I'm spoiling for a fight.
You drew a big one.
Maybe
Marco-
you just have not bought so much.
Oh, I have not. I've bought, just not from, external. Marco, did you get charged customs on the gun beast?
Not at all.
Good.
Corona, due to the COVID stuff, a lot of stuff recently slipped through. So no,
Yeah.
nothing. This was just sent straight through, and I was really happy about that.
Good. Because that's the thing. Like when I create models for people and I ship them out, I don't want to like I could happily on the customs form say, yeah, this thing's worth $5, but then if it gets lost, they're only going to cover $5, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, customs don't believe if you say that you didn't pay anything for something. They just don't believe it.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
if you say it's a gift, they don't believe you?
Yeah. They will
No,
they will
they-
look
they-
up on
no, they
forums
don't.
and stuff like that.
They will what?
They will look into forums or Facebook and stuff like that.
Are
to
you
get
serious?
an idea on how much those things are.
These guys need a hobby. They've got way too much time on their hands.
Oh, the UK got it worse. If it's for business purposes, it's £15.
No
If
matter
it's
what.
For a gift, it's up to £35 of the value if VAT can get charged on it. So
Well-
yeah, it is so annoying with it, and you never know what's going to get charged on it. It's like
Yeah.
some people label stuff as business, some people label it as gift. When you're buying it, you don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so sounds like it's time to overthrow our overlords and welcome our star gods.
Yeah.
So let's get coordinated. I'm sure the Tyranids will deal with shipping far better than our human oppressors will.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Symbio Joe's going.
Yeah.
Good night, Symbio Joe.
Oh, good night, Symbio Joe. Thanks for the fun.
Good
You're always a
night.
laugh.
Oh, but one above all has arrived. The Swolls of Wanthropes creator.
Oh, one above all. Welcome. I missed that. Why am I not seeing one above all?
It's a bit
Oh.
higher up. It's
Sweet.
because the chat has just been going through. Nora is absolutely having a field day in the chat, chatting
Oh
with
my
basically
God.
everybody. I think everyone's trying to convert her into a Nid player.
Oh god.
Going.
She
Keep
okay.
going.
To be clear, not much conversion is necessary. One of the reasons we're together is one of the first things she ever told me was that she thought chest bursters were cool,
Wow.
and I was like, "All right, so we're doing this."
When do we marry?
Nora, you got to be careful. There's someone on Instagram who actually already has the name Norn Queen, and she actually paints Tyranids. So she might be
Yeah.
OG. Where the heck is my sculpting tool? Oh, there it is.
Atelier wants to know what you're sculpting with, Nick. It looks like whipped cream.
It feels like whipped cream, and I hate it right now. It's so I don't know what the hell. I don't know if I got too much water in it. It's epoxy clay, so like the clay from Aves epoxy sculpt people. But for some reason, the consistency got really weird on me. This is the issue with epoxy and with milliput. They're water soluble, so if you get too much water in them, they can get weird. And this got weird on me. So I'm kind of waiting for it to dry out, because then hopefully it'll be less weird. It's a really great material and it has a really good like consistency normally, but I think I just got too much water in it. And the reason I'm using it is like I'm trying to like build up some armor plate structure, and when I tried to do that with my new love milliput and green stuff, it just kind of like went bleh. So I want something with a little more strength and a little more structure to it.
So, Michael, what you're working on? Working on the beast's ass.
I am working on the ammo feed on the beast's ass. Actually, it's a premiere. It's the first time I'm really taking time working on a Tyranid's ass. Did you ever do that before?
No, but I sculpted a what was it? Orphaned, of course. That's some character, some monster from a video game. I was commissioned to do, and I used the Nagash body for it, and it basically turned out to have a pretty soggy ass.
Oh yeah, that was the guy I referred to as Sir Saggy Bottom.
Yeah.
Ah, of course.
Not saggy, soggy. I mean, not soggy, saggy. Soggy is wet.
I know.
I don't know if Hydra knows.
It was
I actually-
loosely flapping around. Skin.
Flapping in the breeze.
Yeah,
I actually do remember and have a fond memory of Tyranid ass before. Do you know where?
What? Tyranid ass?
Yes.
Is it one of those
The
weird
prominent-
squigs?
Not quite. There was a prominent Tyranid ass featured in the whole background story, which we have. Does anyone on the stream remember?
Let's see if anyone in the chat can get it. Oh, Symbio Joe's gone. Flynn, you got this? Do you know where the Tyranid ass is?
Which one, sorry?
Marco's saying that there was a
Second
famous
there.
Tyranid ass in the fluff or somewhere in Tyranid history. Do you know of a Tyranid butt anywhere?
It was even it was even a substantial rule part of a game.
What?
Now it's getting interesting.
Now it's getting interesting.
If it was before 4th edition, I wouldn't know, because didn't know that bit.
I'm guessing it's before 4th edition.
Yeah.
True.
That was back when
Yeah,
Games Workshop had more of a weird sense of humor.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I started at 4th edition, so anything before that, I've got no clue. And for some reason, I'm thinking it'll be something like a Biovore or something. No, wait. No idea. I think it was a Biovore or something like that.
That's a good guess. That's where I'd go.
Should I say what I'm thinking about?
Yes?
Where we're
Yeah.
getting no one in the chat.
Oh, chat.
Going, is this a Rule 34 territory? It's the only thing
I
we've got.
really fondly remember.
Oh, wait.
Oh, someone's got it?
Hansen just chimes in. The Space Hulk Hive ship expansion had rules for sphincter doors, which you could void your characters into space if you weren't careful.
So close. Okay.
I'd say that's a hit. I'd call that a hit.
Very
The infestation markers as well is what.
Oh yeah, the infestation markers. That's 4th
I
edition.
wasn't quite thinking about that. The memory I have is even cooler. Do you remember Advanced Space Crusade, the game?
I have never done anything with it, but I remember hearing about it.
Well, the whole point of Advanced Space Crusade is Space Marine scouts invading a Tyranid Hive ship and trying to kill it from the inside.
Yeah.
And you had some prisoners on the Hive ship, and you had the whole Hive ship organisms fighting against the Space Marine scouts. And there were a couple of goals which were randomly generated by the game.
Yeah.
And you could sabotage and kill, destroy, maim vital organs of the bioship.
Cool.
And one of the organs you could conquer was the Tyranid Hive ship Sphincter. And if you won the battle for the Tyranid Hive ship Sphincter, you could reinforce your Space Marine strike force with another squad, because the squad would enter through the Sphincter.
He is a man who shits in a rain pipe. That's all I'm hearing as you're saying that.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we conquered the Tyranid Hive ship's ass. Now our brothers can go into this ass.
Anal insertion. Quick, get out the suppository drop pod.
Normally, I'm responsible for the downfall of the level, but today Marco made it.
Yeah, tomorrow Marco took over. Here, I'll make us a little sign. Oh, it's no longer extreme boob content or extreme sausage content. It is.
Hey, Tyranid ass is official, isn't it?
It's extreme ass content.
Peter Hansen's gone, conquer the sphincter, and oh god, this is awful places. I love it.
So, what was I going to say? I was looking at something in the chat. Oh, you were talking about Advanced Space Crusade, Marco. I was not familiar with Advanced Space Crusade, but there's this person on Warhammer Twitter. I don't remember what their name is. Their avatar is like a Diglett from Pokemon, but they're doing these like really cool kind of video gamey looking, kind of anime looking sketches of like classic units from Rogue Trader and stuff like that. And they did a drawing of a Soul Stealer. I didn't even know this was a thing. Are you familiar with Soul Stealers?
I don't remember, no.
So a Soul Stealer, I think this was not from like Space Crusade the board game, but it was from like the Space Crusade video game that they made or something. We have Gene Stealers, but then there's this other kind of Stealer organism that's called a Soul Stealer, and the design is slightly different, and it was actually really interesting. Like I thought it was really cool looking.
Okay.
Oh god, how would
There
I
are quite
find
a
it?
few of those old concepts very worth exploring. I do remember that Advanced Space Crusade had like prisoners in stasis, which were kept for the Dawn Queen to be scrutinized and looked into, because the Dawn Queen wanted to learn of the prisoners.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Space Marines could free the prisoners from their stasis. to get them out again. And the Hive ship also had mind slaves as the first line of defense.
Mind slaves?
Like, yes,
Oh, nice.
you could stumble into chaos. Basically, it was an excuse to let players use more of their collection of miniatures. But you could stumble upon Chaos Space Marine Mind Slaves, for example, in the Hive ship.
Nice. What the hell? Oh, crap.
How long ago was it posted?
Do you know the person I'm talking about? I can't remember the username.
No, but I'm just searching Space Crusade on Twitter to see if I can find it that way.
No, I don't think they posted it that way. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. It would be a long time ago. Oh wait, maybe my follows? Oh, here we go. Okay, so the person is Android Arts, at Android Arts. Let's see if I can find them without logging into Twitter.
Got it.
Yeah. So it was weeks ago, and their background picture is a picture of Ripley, which is a good sign.
Always.
Go away. Yeah, it's gonna be way back. Oh, they're not even posting their art right now. That's unfortunate. So yeah, like I think they basically went back, looked at like second edition or like Rogue Trader miniatures, and then drew sketches of them, like slightly more modernized.
Okay.
But like in a very particular style, a style that was kind of like heroic miniature looking. But they also do like Gundam stuff. So hold on, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I really have no idea how far back it goes. Blah blah blah.
But I can't see. Well, I can see some like Orkney stuff he's made. Back in end of Feb. Ooh, hang on.
End of Feb sounds about right. It's a blue. It's
that's
blue.
6mm,
It's like the Soul Stealer. I think it's blue, like bluey purpley. I think it's in a post that also has a
blue purple for the chaos.
It also has a Tyranid Warrior in it, like a classic Tyranid Warrior. The ones that Hydra showed us.
That's just demon. Ah, got it.
Good man.
Feb.
Can you send me the link somewhere? I'll click on it. I guess you can put it in the chat.
Hang on. I've got it on my phone. That's a bit.
Oh well, do you want to like send it to me on Discord or?
Good thing I set up. That's the bit I set up Discord on my phone today.
Yeah, good.
Ooh.
Share to latest channel. Send.
Okay,
Now.
I'll pull it
There
up.
we go.
One moment, please. Let's see if I can break everything. So that's that. Where's window capture 2?
Alright, let me go back to the chat now quickly and see what I've missed.
They're going wild in there.
So, one above all asks earlier about where some good bits sites to get some bits from. So I already said like bits and kits and bits box are pretty good for the UK as well, and eBay is the best chance of getting stuff for price wise. And then he responds to me going, "I think you beat me for all the good NID stuff on eBay."
Okay, Marco, are you able to look at?
Stopped.
Are you able to look at YouTube?
Yes, I am.
So I pulled it up now. It should be showing on YouTube soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see it yet?
Nope.
Nope. Where's YouTube? I have way too many windows open. Okay, I don't need this one. Wait, is that it?
Where's YouTube? I have way too many windows open.
Oh, yeah, you should be able to
I
see it because I can
now.
hear it now. Do you see?
Yeah, I see it.
No.
And it's
Am
pretty cool. Wow, is that what's the little one supposed to be?
So the little one is the Soul Stealer. It's like a
So
Gene
mix
Stealer,
between
but
Gene Stealer and Warrior, right?
something like that. Yeah. So there's
I see.
a classic Tyranid Warrior there
Wow.
from second edition. Although the person's updated it. The hooves are multi-hooved instead of single-hooved.
Interesting.
And
Those
then
multi-roof design is amazing. That really is awesome.
I agree. And then I really like the Soul Stealer
it too.
though.
The Soul Stealer
Agreed.
is pretty cool.
And you can see it's got like
also you can see
go for it.
that the normal warrior design isn't as bad as I remembered, for example, because done properly now with a better technique, it could become kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
think so too, yeah.
It surprises me.
Yeah, I really like that Soul Stealer. I like that it has like a primary set of arms and then like a secondary set.
Yeah.
I think that's
Agreed.
really cool. And also like the head is kind of neat. It looks like
That's a-
second
that's a
edition,
really
but
cool. I think that's a really cool blend between the human shape and the Tyranid aesthetic, and yeah, that's really cool.
yeah. Thanks for finding it, Flynn.
That's all right. You were the one who said. I remember seeing it a little while ago as well, but I just couldn't remember when you both mentioned it.
So yeah, the situation with the Soul Stealer is that it was in this, I think it was a Space Crusade video game, like a really old, like 8-bit or whatever, maybe 16-bit video game, like computer game.
Okay.
And then this person just took it and like redeveloped it and made it more modern.
Yeah, obviously.
And it's
Good
the kind of
job.
thing I would love to sculpt.
You should.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
So you want with your Bone Reaper things to work on that?
No, I want to take my Bone Reaper things and I want to make them into like a modernized second edition warrior. The other guy, the ant thing.
Ah.
Okay.
Because when they came out, everyone was joking, like, what are these? These would look like Tyranid warriors. Those old Tyranid warriors. So
Nice.
I bought them in March of 2020 when that conversation was still new, and I didn't get them until March of 2021.
What?
Are you serious?
Well, the situation was that I was supposed to go to Adepticon for the whole Kroot thing. Siege of
Yeah.
Peck,
Okay.
whatever. But because of COVID, Adepticon was cancelled. However, before Adepticon was cancelled, I placed an order with this American store called Mini Stomp. And like the guy gives like pretty good deals on stuff, and like he'll like make bundles and stuff like that. So I'd been following him on Twitter for a while, but the issue is that, as we noted earlier with duties and custom and all that, you never buy anything from the United States if you don't have to. And he said before that he's shipped stuff to Canada, and then he's had like his customers get really heavily dinged for customs. So he kind of like cautioned me against ordering to Canada. But I said, I'm coming to America for Adepticon. I should place an order with you, and you can ship it to my hotel. So just as he was about to ship it out to my hotel was when COVID was getting really bad. I'm like, hey, listen, can you like not send it to my hotel? Because I don't really know what's going to happen with this COVID thing, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually go to the convention. Can you send it to my friend who lives in New York, Buffalo, New York, instead? So he's like, yeah, no problem. So he sent it to one of the other Kroot guys, Koska Made. Because Koska Made, like, he loves coming to Toronto. He comes up here frequently because Buffalo, where he lives, is not that far. It's like a 2-hour drive.
Okay.
And of course, we didn't understand what was going to happen with COVID. And I was like, hey, buddy, can I send this to your house? You come up here all the time. And then, like, the next time you come up to Toronto, you can just bring it up. He's like, yeah, no problem. Send it to me. So I sent it to him. And the Canadian government closed the border with the United States. And it still hasn't opened. So it was literally sitting on his floor for 11 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was a big box of junk. Like, I bought the Necromunda Dark Uprising
Oh, nice.
because I really liked the scenery in there, and I liked the Enforcers, and the Corpse Grinders or whatever the heck they are. And I got some other stuff too. And I had all these crazy conversion ideas, and then it just sat on his floor for a year.
For your card or for what?
Sorry?
Your conversion ideas, were they for your Stealer card?
Yeah, some of them were for the Steeler cult, but also just like stuff I wanted to pursue. Like I really like the Abaddon model, and Nicholas Tregijo, Necron Nick, who did that other stream with me on Sunday, he did a really cool version of Abaddon that was like stripped down, like all the chaos stuff was taken off.
Okay.
So I was really inspired by that, and I was like, hey, I should do something like that. So I added Abaddon to the order. I'm like, oh, I'll get an Abaddon, and I can just like mess around with him. Just like random stuff. But some of it was for cult. But most of it was just for like fun. Also, like I really want to get into Necromunda.
Isn't that amazing
Yes.
that you get this big box of miniatures for basically free because you have paid it so long ago?
Exactly. Like I paid a lot of money for it, but I paid a lot of money for it a year ago, and I'd saved up that money for a while. So, good point.
Yeah. Actually, playing Necromunda back in the day are some of my most fond memories. Playing any Warhammer-related game, it was so much fun.
Yeah, like when I played Shadow War, the kind of like re-released Necromunda that they did before they actually released Necromunda, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was some of the most fun I'd ever... I think we've talked about this before, but I had an experience where I played a game, I won, I got some like credits, I hired a guy to my gang, and I was so inspired that I went home, I converted him that night, and I brought him to Games Workshop in the morning to play another game.
Perfect. That's
I've
how
never
it's-
made anything that fast.
It just feels more personal with the big armies.
Sorry? Yeah, and like I like that there's actually like progress, and like your guys can develop like injuries and special skills and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know
That's what
that
they're doing with Crusade.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be done as well with Crusade. I was wondering if that was going to
I
work.
just don't really like it.
Sorry?
Like the whole bit of Crusade is like someone can go, oh, I'm going to play with my Crusade army, and you go, oh, well, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to anyway. And it's just like, it's not really a game then. So they can get the bonuses and the negatives and stuff on their models and units just because they've been playing other games against people. I just don't like it.
Well, no, they wouldn't play it against you unless you were also in the Crusade, isn't it? Like, wouldn't you both... That's like saying, like, hey, I'm going to bring my campaign force to our pickup game. That doesn't make sense.
It's weird with it. I've not experienced it, but everything I've read about it, it's like they can still pick up points against you even if you're not wanting to do it. It's weird. I don't really understand it.
That's odd. Okay.
I've always just heard second hand about it.
Because I thought it was like a situation where everyone gets in a campaign, and then these are the rules we use for the campaign. And while
Yeah,
we're playing
that's what
together,
it
we
is.
use these rules.
That's what it was marketed as, but the more, when I've had people tell me about it more, I'm just like, I don't really like it as much as what it was. Like for a campaign or like a campaign, it'd be brilliant. But Peter Hansen goes, you underestimate the vileness of rules. WAAC players.
Oh, rules as... What does WAAC stand
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
Is rules is written, rules is read.
And rules as intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rules as written. Those are the two categories.
What is whack?
Yeah, so
World,
whack.
Warcraft...
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be campaign rules, but some people will always try and ruin everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that was when we last time talked about those 28 people, and in that 28 mag, I think it was in the first 28 mag, that Anna Polansk wrote about one of those 28 events she set up.
Yeah.
And I think one of the points was most importantly get the right people to do it. Because if you have someone, if you're playing a narrative game and you have someone trying to play competitively on that game, it will ruin everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I've
certainly.
experienced that quite often. that we had in the gamer, in the, well, let's say community. I used to play Warhammer.
Yeah.
With my friends, we had one who was trying. He was doing play casually, but he always turned out with those army lists that would also be beneficial on a tournament.
Yeah.
And we all tried to like build the sets we liked and we found entertaining. And he always showed up with that devastating armies, and it was never fun to play against him. He tried really hard, but it was really bad.
He tried really hard? What do you mean?
Yeah, he tried hard to be not competitive, but he had that.
But it was like in his bones?
I think so, yes.
Weird.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, it's not as fast. It's when everyone's like, people start maximizing their lists and everything. It's just like, I'm going to get this unit to be this. It's why, if you see when it happens, is that a new unit will come out. It'll be fairly expensive, but it'll be a really good unit for the first few months.
Yeah.
And then the FAQ comes out, and it doesn't become as good, or the new rule book, the next edition of the rules come out, and it's less good. And the thing that wasn't selling before, it's just people go doing the whole. Peter Hansen told us what it stands for: the win at all costs.
Oh, win at all costs. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know you don't like Marines, but Spookiest Bowman goes, he recently found out about the Exorcist chapter, and up until this point he had zero interest in Space Marines. Now he wants to build an Exorcist kill team with Corpse Grinders and Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Do you know anything about the Exorcist chapter?
I feel like people have told me it's good. It's interesting.
Yes.
To be clear, I don't like Marines. I think they're boring, but some people do really interesting Marines. Like, did someone wait, Flynn? Did you put us onto that person who's doing the Marines with all the Tyranid bits? Was that last stream?
I can't remember.
What the heck are they? I just looked them up. See if I can find it. Who's calling me? 2 hours ago. Oh well. How the heck am I going to find this person? I don't even remember what their handle is.
That'll always pop up at some point.
It's like Space Marines with like red armor, and they have like black, like Tyranid kind of bony. Like they're doing like the thing that I do with my crew. They're taking like Tyranid weapons and reusing them.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm hoping it comes up in my feed, but I don't think it is.
Nah.
Oh, you know what? Blitz sent it to me. So I'll go check. I'm pretty sure Blitz recommended it to me.
Yeah. So basically, the Exorcist chapter, they are like the Grey Knights in the way of that they're more immune to corruption from the warp.
Yeah.
They have 2 recruit scout companies instead of the normal one. The reason why is to become a full exorcist, you have to get a demon to possess you, and then you have to exorcise the demon from yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
If you don't, you get killed. They were originally a successor chapter to the Grey Knights, but they've changed that now.
Yeah.
So they're now just like really demonic because they've been possessed once by a demonic entity. It's harder for them to get possessed again.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they're mainly based off.
Once you got COVID, you don't get it again.
I think it's more like chickenpox.
I think demon possession is more like COVID.
Yeah, that's kind of hardcore.
Some go unnoticed, and some really are blasted away.
Yeah. No, so if they can't exercise them, they get killed. So because of the low success rate, they have 2 scout companies instead of just 1.
They need a lot of fresh meat.
Yeah.
That's a really weird concept.
I like it. Only good Space Marines possess Space Marine. God, I can't find this guy. I don't know. I thought I posted him, but
Yeah, whoever wants to know about him, go back to last week's stream because you showed him there.
did I? Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Cat and
What's it
Matt.
called? Ah, Cat and Matt, yeah.
Okay, let's pull that up. I don't know why, but
I remember.
Brett Evans, well, you missed out absolutely no audio problems this time.
did we have absolutely no? Really?
Oh, jinx it!
Let me go and mess with the audio a bit.
We did before we started.
That's why we started early.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, now coming professional.
Don't say that. Don't ever say that. Okay.
Professional streamers.
Speaking of professionals, let me get some Cat and Matt up here. 12,000 followers. Well deserved. So, oh goddamn, why does it do that?
Got about 5,000 of that within a month.
Yeah. That's
What?
cool.
What's that?
On the profile it says commissions no, hugs yeah.
Cool. I like it. So they do crazy space marines that rip off a bunch of stuff from Tyranids. I don't know what the fluff really is, but like, check out this guy. Very good painting. Funky incorporation of Tyranid bits.
Yes.
Wow.
They're pretty neat.
Be like the Emperor Spears and Tyranid War Vets. They take them as trophies or actually use them as weapons.
I like it. Following after the other cool thing about this person is that when they sorry, what was that, Marco?
Oh, okay. Just keep talking. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The other thing I like about this person is how the hell do I? There we go. Is that they write like really witty blurbs about all their models. So go check out Cat and Matt if you want some interesting Space Marines.
He even lists what he actually uses in the conversions as well.
I don't know why the Exorcist got me thinking of that, but that was my cool Space Marines that I like, that I found recently.
They're Blood Ravens as well.
No, they're flashed heroes.
Are they?
Are they? I thought they were Blood.
No, the color scheme reminded me pretty strongly of the flashed heroes.
They're both similar,
You've got
though.
the-
Blood Ravens are similar.
They've got the bone shoulder pad with the Blackbird with the teardrop in it, which would be the
Yeah, Blood Ravens.
Blood
Yeah,
Ravens.
screw that chapter.
Hydra doesn't care for
Go
it.
on, the fun
Huge,
stuff.
because it's supposed, well, it's called Blood Ravens, and the original chapter is supposed to come from Ultramarines, who can take that chapter
Oh, really?
serious. Yeah,
I didn't know
No,
that.
they're not meant to be Ultramarines.
they used, well, at least the last time I had something to do with Blood Ravens, they used to, like,
So
maybe
it's
they
been
changed
heavily,
that.
it's been heavily hinted that they don't know their actual own gene father, but it's been heavily hinted that they're Thousand Sons because of the higher
What?
number of psychers found in the Blood Ravens chapter. There's a good chance they're more off to be of the Thousand Sons gene stock.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
That is interesting indeed.
I like bad guy, good guys. They're the most interesting kind of good guys.
Yep.
Peter agrees with me.
Well, if Peter agrees.
I must be right, or am I wrong?
No, I don't pay attention to Space Marine fluff, so you probably know better than I do. But I did think the flesh tears are pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah.
There was that guy. Do you guys remember? I don't know if you remember. There was a guy who had like a blog. Like we're talking like not even forum. He had a blog, and he was doing flesh tears, but they were like really heavily vampire inspired. Did you ever see this guy?
What's his name?
I don't remember. Maybe someone in the chat remembers, but it was like back in like the good old days. Like pre-2006 or probably like around that time.
Shit.
But he was like the go-to for flesh tearers.
Right.
And I swear it was a blog.
He's going to bed.
Who's going to bed?
Atelier.
Bonne nuit, Monsieur Atelier. Merci pour avoir joindre le stream aujourd'hui. C'était notre plaisir de vous... Shit, I lost my French.
It was kind of convincing.
That's how I do with second languages. Enough to be kind of convincing.
So, now you're German, please?
Un koina aya.
Good enough.
Zimzalabimba baza duzaldim. Un koina aya.
We've all had our tool phase.
Damn right. Life feeds on life.
Yes.
This is necessary.
I still have the shirt
Good.
somewhere. I printed.
Good.
I think it was the first tournament that I played in Warhammer World with Tyranid, actually.
Was that the first? I thought it was your second.
It was I think it was my second tournament, but the first I did with Tyranid.
Ah.
I played the first one was with Eldar.
Yep.
That's when I saw the Tyranid conversions in Warhammer World and thought, oh wow, these are great, and this all started my journey.
So, like, how long had you been working on your Tyranids when you went and did that tournament?
I have no idea. I think maybe a year? I think it should
Only a year? I felt like you'd been doing it forever, but I guess not.
We were so energized by our first tournament in Warhammer World, where me and two friends visited the studio and Rick Priestley at his home.
Was it
And had
Aegis?
So many amazing...
Were you there with
Yes, it
Aegis?
was Aegis and another guy called Stefan Hess,
Yeah.
who was kind of famous back then because he won the Warhammer Grand Tournament with Fantasy Battle with the whole Goblin army, only goblins, not a single orc,
Whoa, cool.
which was not an army list back then, and
Yeah.
which was all kinds of amazing.
Cool.
And he got noticed by Rick Priestley and Alessio Cavatore back then.
Yeah.
And this is when the door opened for him and for me, later for me as well, to the studio.
Nice.
I don't know if you remember, but I was one of the playtesters and co-authors of War Master back then.
What? No, I didn't know that.
War Master of the game was playtested by Stefan Hess along with Rick Priestley, and Agus and me played quite a few games. Same thing with the first Lord of the Rings game. I was there in the credits as well.
Whoa, cool.
Funny, isn't it?
Mark, I've got a request from the chat to ask, to explain what you're doing with the tail. How did you do it? Does it have a metal core rod in there, or is it just by pinching the putty?
Yes, first I inserted bicycle wheels broke as a metal core.
Oh,
because
smart.
The wheels broke are really strong and cheap.
I never thought about
And now
that.
I've been using them for everything for many years. Also for pinning large models like Hive Terrans, metal models, and Titans.
So you like them better than like a brass rod? Because I've been using brass rods like a chump.
Spokes are stronger, I think.
Interesting. I actually have a wheel out in the garage that's kind of fucked, and I could just take the spokes off of it.
Good. I usually
What's that?
pest. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Flynn?
I was gonna say, when I get my dry cleaning done, they always give you like an extra hanger. They put it on a hanger for you. So I end up using those spare hangers as the rods for pinning and everything. And so it's like,
nice.
Do you find them
They're
strong
really
enough?
thick and sturdy.
Oh, okay. Because back in the day, I used to use like the wire hangers because I just didn't know about buying brass rod, and now I feel like I'm a fancy man and I need to go buy brass rod. But maybe I should just go back to the hangers.
Well, what I do is I sometimes go to the bicycle shop and just ask for their wheel spokes which they throw away. And
Smart,
usually
the broken
get
ones.
Yep.
That's genius.
Well, I'm cheap.
You're smart. You're efficient. You're reusing. That's waste that would go into a landfill if you weren't reusing it.
Peter Hansen goes, he's a paper clipping pleb here.
Oh, yeah.
Paper clips.
I used to use paper clips. Don't use paper clips. They're not good. They're not very strong. They're plentiful, but they're not reliable.
No. For very small parts and plastic models, it's okay sometimes, but usually it's a no.
David Hill goes, welding wire is good thing for sculpting over to 1.6 mil is pretty sturdy, but you can get various thicknesses. And Cashin uses floral wire for pinning as well.
Floral wire is a bit too flexible for me for pinning. But I love it for like armatures.
Okay.
Because of the flexibility. I don't know what I have, but I have some kind of black floral wire that I think Nora bought when she was like working on her like bouquet for our wedding. And it's got this really weird... I talked about it in my video that I made about like sculpting with armatures. But when you try to bend it, there's resistance. But then when you push past the resistance, it's super soft.
That's
which
weird.
Feels counterintuitive. It should be either hard or it should be soft, but it feels like it's like both hard and soft.
Yeah, that's weird.
Brett Evans says, I've been working on my aquatic Tyranids. Google image search tentacles for research. It was a risky move. Oh my. Just like make sure whenever you're searching that you use the little like, you know how when you search something you can do like in brackets or you can do like plus minus. Make sure you do minus hentai when you're searching tentacles.
Or just put safe search on.
I don't know if safe search will even get it. There's a lot of tentacles out there, but maybe.
The tail is getting thicker, which is good.
Marco, I'm loving that like that sphincter on the end, the mouth grabbing people, shoving into sack, like the tentacles on it. It just looks so good. It looks horrific.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not too fond actually of it. You know why? It looks too active for me.
Too active?
For me, yeah, too active. For me, the idea I had of the arse of the pot just pulling shit inside was more of a slow-moving process, like not as aggressive. And of course, like this, it looks like the Haru specs front end, like.
Okay, so possible suggestion.
Yeah.
You're an underwater guy. You know how octopuses move their tentacles?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
picture a cuttlefish or an octopus, like, doing propulsion. Like,
Yeah, I know.
they don't go blah, all over the place, right? They kind of, like, curve and then, like, flex all as one. So what if you cut those tentacles and made them more, like, instead of being, like, blah, they're, like, perching, kind of opening? Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to show you with my hands. Are you looking at the YouTube? I don't know.
Yeah, I am looking.
So, like, kind of just, like, if this is the ass or whatever and it's closed, and then, like, it's getting ready to open something, to eat something, it just kind of, like, they all pull back in the same kind of shape. So it looks almost like a flower, not a flower opening, because that would be just, like, bleh, but, like, kind of, like, peeling back. Because I think it's the flailing everywhere that makes it look too active.
You got a good point. That's what I'm going to do.
If it works.
What I like about this is when it's overlapping like this, when you look at the camera, it looks like it's some kind of prison, which is.
Can you move it down a bit? You're just off the camera for me.
Well.
There we go. Now I can see it. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, what were you saying?
It looks a bit like a prison. If you imagine the giant victim here inside being pulled.
Yeah.
Kind of okay, but you're right that I have to change the position of the claws at the end.
Maybe.
So it's maybe more in a grasping motion.
Yeah.
I think that is a good idea.
Yes, but
David Hill says that I'm doing a bobbit worm. If anyone here is an expert on bobbit worms, it's Moloch, because he's actually swam with them.
And Simon Scott did some for me.
Yes, and I have one on my wall that you took a picture of.
Yes, I do remember. I would so like to do this again, like maybe tomorrow or today or something. Diving with the bobbit worms was such an amazing experience. What's surreal.
But it's like,
In fact,
it's
when
rare or unique? You can't just like go and do it any day?
It's extremely rare because there are very, very, very few places on this earth where you can reliably see them. In fact, I only know one.
I thought you said you were like diving in like basically a trash dump to find them.
Exactly. We had some dead fish on a stick, and first you can only see them at night. Then only at some very, very few places where you have a reliable chance of seeing them. I think there's only one place actually on this planet where you have good chances of seeing them.
Yeah.
And then you have to use the torch to just see if you get a weird reflection of a worm at some point. And then you have a general idea where it is, and then you use a dead fish on a stake to just lure it out of its hole.
Wow.
And when the worm is playing along, you can actually watch it attack the dead fish and watch how it moves and reacts to the light and kind of interact with it, which is really, really scary because they are horrible.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't know about bobbit worms, who's not heard about this before, go and Google bobbit worms. I promise it's not weird Japanese hentai.
And on that note, Darth Bob has arrived.
Hey, Darth Bob, welcome.
Hey,
There's a question from Peter as well going, for Gene Stealer Patriarchs, do you prefer the classic fat git or the new, more lean design?
Marco, what do you say?
Fat boy.
For me, it's not a question. I definitely do prefer the newer, leaner designs. The sculpts which came out in the last years are all amazing.
I'm with Hydra. I love the fat boy.
Fat boy on throne.
Yeah.
What?
Because we already have like a nice, clean, lean. Like that's a broodlord. We don't need another clean, lean Gene Stealer.
I see your point.
Just give me a fat boy.
And the dude holding his brain is like the worst depiction of migraine you can ever imagine. Like, oh yeah, my head's hurting so much, I have to focus not to vomit because it's so bad.
Although people have done really good paint jobs on that, where they have like the like claw that's touching the head like glowing very nicely.
Yeah, of course.
But
we're talking about the design and not what people can make of it.
Right. I also am with the fat boys.
I think there's so much narrative to that idea, and it is so. I think it embodies the whole Gene Stealer cult thing so well.
Yeah.
And there's this fat dude on a throne, and he's having his cult leaders, and he's grown so fat and immobile, and all the psychic energy and blah blah. Like he's doing one thing, and not I'm a lictor, and I'm a Gene Stealer, and I'm a psychic, and
that's a really good point.
Yeah, you got a point.
Like if he's like sneaking around killing everyone with his super Gene Stealer forces, like yeah, I like him better as like a fat psychic Link who's horrible but only a threat because he's like so psychically potent
and so fat.
And so fat. He'll sit on you.
And yeah.
Fat Gene Stealer smash attack. And not in a fun way.
Kajan's got to go now.
Oh,
Hi,
Kajan,
Kajan.
thanks for joining us. I was just thinking we hadn't seen you in a while, so it was good to see you. Sorry the
Good
chat has
night.
been so crazy and we've been so shit at monitoring it, but I feel like they had their own party in the chat.
Then
And if not, the question would be why not?
What's that? What was that, Hydra?
You just said you feel that they had their own party in the chat, and just said if they didn't, they should ask themselves why they did not have a party there.
Good plan.
Nora was kind of leading the party, I think.
Yeah, Nora was like friggin' taking over the show. She needs to get her own YouTube channel.
I think she created a brand new. I think she created a brand new account just to be Nora the Norn Queen because she came back in a little bit later on her other one.
Oh, that'd be funny. I think so. The guy who was holding my miniatures for me, Koska made David down in the States. He sent me. Oh, he sent me the rulebook for Dark Uprising because I was like, hey, I want to read the Necron rulebook. And as a joke, he didn't know what to put on the envelope, so he wrote Internet Celebrity Mr. Pink. And Nora was the one who got the thing out of the mailbox, and she's like, what the fuck is this? Internet Celebrity Mr. Pink? I'm like, oh, it's David, he's just joking. She's like, oh, is he now Internet Celebrity Mr. Pink? So now she calls me Internet Celebrity Mr. Pink. I'm like, goddamn.
As long as she's calling you that at the right moment, that's fine.
Goddamn you, Hydra.
Well,
I
I
know.
do remember the Canadian border guard, or when Simon and me went to Toronto visiting you back then,
Yeah.
asking us, where do you know this Mr. Jones from?
Yeah.
From the internet. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And the first time I went to visit Mr. Pink, that was exactly the same case, and they were starting to ask questions. So for how long do you know him? Where have you met him? What have you been talking about? Do you know this person actually exists? It made me feel like Canada was the most horrible place on earth where they would lure people to.
Hey, I was the one who was lured to Germany first. Fortunately, they didn't ask me those questions when I showed up in Germany. They were just like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to Berlin. They're like, good luck. Have a good time. Because then I was really going to meet someone I only knew from the internet.
Yes, sure. All kinds of things. Looking back now. And I mean, the world was a different place back then.
Yeah, that was before social media. I'd never seen your face.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That was when my friends referred to you as my internet boyfriend.
Good old times, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Hobby trick 100,000.
What's that?
When you need texture on something, use tissue and superglue.
What?
Okay.
I want to sculpt on that wire, the copper wire I have here,
Yeah.
so you can see that Miss Karen is actually taking some shape,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have a collarbone because I've ripped that off.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have that wireframe, but I want to sculpt over it. And first, before I sculpt over it, I want to add volume to that thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm using tissue and super glue to do that.
That is friggin' genius. You just taught me something new.
Hydra, you
Thank
always give the tips that I need like a week after I've done something. Like I just did something about sculpting over some wire myself the weekend.
Time machine.
Well,
Only answer.
learn from it and ask me next time in advance.
I was like, you know what? I'll just put it straight on top of it. Okay, yeah, that's thin enough. It looks alright. Yeah. Now I see something better to do it with.
Yeah, I tell people that they should take their wire and they should just put a layer of green stuff on it and let it dry, but this is a way better solution. Just don't let that super glue dry before you try and put green stuff on it, because you'll ruin your silicone tools.
The green stuff will just go rock hard as well, straight away.
Yeah, so how are you doing it? Okay, you put the super glue on first, then you're like draping tissue on it?
Yep.
I'm trying to watch now.
I did try Simon's technique recently with tissue and PVA glue, which was really good. Hadn't used it before so far.
Yeah, that's an old one. He like came up with that when he was making that Tyranid hotel.
We just talked about the other day, right?
Yeah.
I know, but I've never tried it before. Have you?
I think I did. I did when we were making the first Warp Shadow board. And I had to make that like textured stuff on the ground, the like creep, like Zerg creep. I used it for that.
Yep.
But I have not known the wonders of tissue paper. What's that, Hydra?
Do not use your fingers to hold the tissue to the wire.
Because it'll get stuck.
The tissue will, of course, glue quicker to your fingers than it does to the model.
But I can report that the exocrine arse is looking better already.
Good.
Good.
Was a good idea.
Marco, you said you had a question that you were thinking about for the exocrine. Was that it, or was there a different one?
I think that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because I wasn't happy with the exploding ass.
Why not? That sounds like a lot of fun.
It doesn't have diarrhea.
Oh, too bad.
Exploding ass.
That could be an extra weapon. Diarrhea cannon.
Yep.
Good, nice.
Get that ass back in the Tyranid fluff. Nora, how's it going?
Good.
You made quite the impact. Close the door, please. Oh, you're leaving. Oh, that's beautiful. Thanks. So do I need to buy you a hair specs? It is... It's almost 6.
Yeah, 6:30.
Okay. What a lovely lady. She brought me some little flowers.
Oh.
Aww.
Biomass, yay!
Biomass. Come here, Dom.
Hooray.
You know what I hate sculpting?
What?
I hate sculpting symmetry.
Oh, I thought you hate sculpting plates.
Well, I wouldn't be doing Tyranids if I hated sculpting plates. But symmetry is a pain in the ass. Making sure things are the same on both sides, that's the worst.
Oh, of course.
So I've just got a few more comments coming in. Hands goes, so Fat Git it is, I asked because when I get round to doing some Gene Stealer cults to go with my nids, I want to decide what direction to go with for the Patriarch. And he goes, the other idea I had was the Patriarch is fat and flabby whilst he's fused to his throne. Then when the Hive fleets arrive, he metamorphosizes into his fitter combat form.
Wouldn't that be convenient?
Yeah. Just fat and flabby is brilliant for it, I think, instead.
I'm just going to eat all the cakes, and then when it's time to be fit, I'm just going to metamorphosize.
I'll just shed the fat suit.
Yeah. Well, you could do something horrible like the Alien Queen. In, what the heck is that? Is that Alien vs. Predator? where she's attached to like the birthing sac and then she rips herself off of it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Alien. It's Alien.
Oh yeah,
Aliens?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Aliens.
It's in both.
You disappoint me now.
What? Hey, listen, my favorite Alien is Alien Resurrection / Prometheus. So I'm just going to disappoint you all day on Alien.
No. Aliens. Best one.
Our discussion is finished now.
It has come to its natural end.
At least you didn't say Alien 3.
No.
Yeah.
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 So yeah,
Jake
if you could do your,
Foster's,
if you want like a fat patriarch and like a svelte patriarch, then maybe like the fatness is the patriarch grown into the throne, and then it like rips out or something when it's time to be fit.
Fitty. Someone was about to say something.
Flynn was, yeah.
Yeah, my connection just nearly went completely there.
Oh,
So I got lucky. It's just like Jacob Foster, he's excited for when he finally gets to meet all of his crew friends. Although his army isn't coming along very well, he's found the actual army building thing is sucking his joy from the project, outside of just converting whatever like I was doing. If I give any advice for it, I'd just say just take a break from it, because as soon as you start not enjoying doing a project, you're not going to do your best work, because you're just going to try and plod through it. Just take a break, go do something else, even just take a day or two away from doing any hobby and then come back. Like, I did that quite a bit of last year, because it was like, I want to get this done, but you don't want to make it. It's just, if you've got no motivation, don't force yourself to do it.
Agree.
I agree. Yeah, you got to take a break. Like, I got tired of Crude because I was doing it way too, like, all Crude all the time because I was worried about Adepticon. So it was really good to take a break from them and come back to them, like, when I actually cared about them. And if you're, like, because I know Dwarfenage, Jacob Foster's on the Crude team, so we're now hoping to go to Adepticon 2022. And you got some time, so you can take some breaks. Just try to keep your progress going, but don't do only Crude all the time or whatever.
I would recommend connect with someone who's into that stuff, because to me that's that helps me most of the time when I'm feeling like ooh, this is getting nowhere, and when I have people who are as excited about the thing that I should be, they will instantly inspire me to work on things.
You're talking about us. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, you are making me do this thing every week.
We're also buying him the miniatures he doesn't want.
I'm excited about it.
So in the chat,
Someone wants-
sorry, I was going to say that Necron Nick wants recommendations on what he should make mandrakes out of. Do you guys have recommendations?
Mandrakes?
Yeah, the Dark Eldar guys that like phase in and out of shadow. They have like
Yeah.
the flesh skirts,
Yeah.
crazy hair.
How about using mandrakes? Sorry.
I think he wants to
I'd
convert
say have
them.
a look at Artel. The miniatures Artel does, because he's been doing quite a few Eldar and Dark Eldar models recently, just to look for some inspiration.
He's
Some of the
been
stuff
doing
he's
more
come out
like
with,
Craft
yeah.
World, I think. I was looking at his stuff just the other day because he's got a sale on right now. But he's got like some grotesques. He's got some
done quite a
banshees.
He's done recently a warp spider bursting through a marine.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing. I
absolutely
love his
awesome,
warp
actually.
spiders. His warp spiders are so friggin' good.
Yeah.
Is he just one guy?
Yes and no. There's apparently it's like it's the shop, but there's actually like one other guy I think he works with. I don't know how many people actually are there,
Yeah.
but it's like a small company in Russia as well.
Yeah.
And they have this whole game running, right?
They have a game?
No.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
called
oh yeah, they do.
Hydrophobia,
Oh, yeah, okay.
with some really cool punk models.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that.
Yeah, got quite a few like from Black Library model inspired models, and also
Yeah.
like Marvel comics and stuff.
I've been so close to buying those Cyphers Kane and Ravenor models.
Hey, Simon, he's on. He's got a sale on right now.
Yeah, and I will do with them what?
Only until the end of the week, though. So you better get on it.
And I will do with them what?
Whatever you want. You're gonna use them for Stargrave.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck you.
You thought I was the angel. I'm the devil on the other shoulder.
Nick,
Yeah.
could you please try your evil overlord laugh once more and more refined, please?
Why?
Because you're just...
Does it work for you?
This is why my evil plan has been successful. Yes.
Now I will go and sleep on my mattress of steel.
Yes.
Okay,
I have to say
don't
the-
know. Yeah.
Simon, talk.
I just wanted to say I don't know where you left off the bus, but I am still on it.
I have to say the exocrine's ass is much better now.
Good.
So you-
Good news.
The
Not something
claws
we'd
are
be
point-
expecting anyone to be saying.
The claws are pointing inward now, and it's much better. That was exactly the kind of push that I just needed, Nick.
Oh, good. Oh, that's why you wanted me to laugh. I didn't understand why you wanted me to laugh.
Your laugh was about because your evil plan to get Simon, to suck Simon into buying the models was
Oh, good.
successful.
Yes, that's what I thought we were laughing about. Okay, good.
But
Exactly.
it's not Ravener, it's Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, right?
That is what he's called on the website. It's Mr. Chair.
I don't get it.
Because Ravener is in a 40k wheelchair.
He is?
Yeah.
Of course. Haven't
What?
you read it?
No, I thought he was like walking around. I thought I saw pictures of this dude walking around.
No, that's
No.
Eisenhorn.
Well, that's Eisenhorn. Oh shit.
That's his master. And Ravenor was the apprentice.
Oh.
Raven was like a shriveled tiny body, but a powerful psyker, and inside a kind of 40k wheelchair, which is closed and has a heavy bolter. No, it's
Oh.
side bolter, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really,
Yeah.
I really enjoy Dan Abnett's writing.
Yeah, they were, especially Ravenor has been so inspiring because it's shown such a different light on those chaos cultists.
Yeah.
Before they were those mindless rope dudes running around doing stupid things, and suddenly they turned into this secret organization madness.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Everyone talks about Dan Abnett. I really need to read this stuff.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely. I just
He's-
reread Double Eagle, which is about air warfare, like the Battle of Britain, and I just reread Titanicus, which is about, of course, Titans battling, and has a couple of really neat ideas.
But Titanicus was, I don't remember the plot, but I remember the book being pretty awesome as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's also got like the comic books and stuff. Got the Gaunt's Ghost, which is basically Sharp but in space.
Why isn't Gaunt's Ghost? Why didn't they make new models of that yet? Like, what the hell?
They did.
They have-
No, they made the
they
pewter
did.
ones, but I mean the new ones.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Agreed.
they sort of
Agreed.
did, but
I
they
have no idea.
didn't.
Because they did
one
the.
of one of the. I remember them seeing him doing like a converting up some like guardsman units, but that's all they did with one model for the ghosts. But
But I totally am with you there. They missed out big time not doing that.
Properly agreed.
Is it
Because
some
they were
IP
the
thing with like Dan Abnett? Like he still works with them, right?
I
Yeah.
don't think it's to do with the IP because Black Library owns it all. I think it's more of they stopped doing the models for Black Library stuff, and they've only recently started doing it again with the female commissaire.
They did that in Cuisinart. What was his name? Is that Eisenhorn?
Eisenhorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is one of Dan as well. They did it with the Custode and the Sister of Silence. I can't remember the names, and they've done it with Uriel Ventress as well recently. So it looks like they're slowly doing some of the Black Library models now as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be surprised if you see Caiaphas Cain soon as well.
Oh, that would be cool.
Who's
They
Caiaphas Cain?
They had a model for it, Caiaphas Cain as well, for a lot of these characters, and they just they used to have one with Jurgen, but it's like so old, so rare. Yeah, I remember it was like a limited edition thing.
Okay, yeah, okay. That must be it.
Just like Caiaphas Cain, because it's basically Blackadder in space.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. Did you read those books, Nick?
Nope. Okay, I'm going to tell you all of the Black Library books I've ever read. I read Talon of Horus, and I read the continuation of Talon of Horus, and that's it. In fact, I didn't even finish the second book, and I only read those because my buddy Red Wet Skeleton, Eli, he bought it for me. He's like, I know you say you hate Warhammer fiction, but this is really good Warhammer fiction. I think you should read it, and I think it's like a really cool way to talk about Space Marines, and I think you'll appreciate it. So I was like, well, if you're going to buy it for me, I need to read it. But those are the only ones I've ever read, because, like, I'm poisoned by stupid Space Marine brother this, brother that narratives, which I realize is not what they do anymore, but that's where my expectations came from.
That's what they never did in the first place.
What?
Yeah,
course.
there's the Horus Heresy, but aside from that, I have never read a book with Space Marines in it to begin with, and then I've never read anything with brother this, brother that.
Okay, I think I'm basing it off, like, Warhammer fluff from codexes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for the Guns Ghost, we would not be talking, because Guns Ghost has taught me English.
Ah, okay.
No. But they are good. I mean, Dan Abnett is the best thing ever to portray, like, how normal humans would perceive the 40k universe.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever made me feel like how real people would live in the 40k universe like Dan Abnett did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, most of it, admittedly, is soap opera stuff, but it's done so well that I really care when I read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick, apparently,
and
the
he's not
chat's
afraid of killing off his characters. That hit me. That hit young Simon pretty bad, because
what?
suddenly you have all your favorite characters, and suddenly someone takes a bullet, and you're like, what just happened? He really didn't do that. I had so much what the fuck moments.
He was the original George R. R. Martin?
He is in the 40k universe.
Nice.
Yep.
The same formula that George Martin used to make us care for that character is what Dan Abnett used for the 40k universe very early on.
Cool. Okay.
Damn, that pass is looking really good here.
I'm glad you're so happy with your ass, Marco.
I am. Honestly, that idea to point the claws inward was crucial. Because I would have left it like it was, but I wouldn't have been really happy with it. So much better now.
Good. Well, it looks more focused then, right?
Much.
oh yeah.
Much more. Well.
The chat are talking about the Archon book. Yeah.
Archon book.
The most recent Gaunt. It's the most recent. I think it's that or the other one is the most recent Gaunt's Ghost book. It's brutal. Brilliant, brutal.
I loved every fucking page. It was so good.
I had to go back a couple of times to read it again to see what the hell just happened.
Yeah. It was so suspenseful and full of surprises, and everything was good about it.
Okay.
There was no filler.
Yeah.
I have missed out on those, but
yeah. You can't just read that book on its own. You have to read the whole of the series from Vergast to understand the impact of what it actually is. I think the Vergast is the 3rd book in the series.
How many
I think
books
that was
are there
about
in the
the
Gaunt's
16th.
Ghost?
I think it's about 16.
Oh God,
Yeah, maybe.
16 books sounds like a lot.
But those
Yeah.
books are always like in a story arc of 3, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Something
Yeah.
like that.
3 or the first one was 3, the second one was 4, and then 4 as well.
I think I've not read all of them. I stopped at some point, but
Okay. There were a couple
16
that
books.
weren't as great, but I do remember the one where they invaded the Chaos World. Do you remember which one it was? I think it was Garyon, the Chaos
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, Garyon. Yeah, they went to that planet twice.
Yeah, and the atmosphere, how
that
our
was
chaos infested world would feel for normal people was so dense and so unique and
Yeah.
special and so much more than just regular 40k chaos fluff.
yeah.
Really good.
Where they had the loyal citizens enslaved and had them smash temples and imperial idols and eagles in that sort of that was so cool. And those flying glyphs.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about. Exactly. That's
So good.
That was what I meant.
There's so much stuff you miss, but it's just that you just don't remember when you read it. It's been a while to read it.
Yeah.
That was part of the Lost omnibus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Founding, the Saint, the Lost, and the Victory. But I have a feeling there's more Gaunt's Ghost books that can come because
He
you've
said
got
so.
the whole thing, especially of the rights that they've got of settlement.
Dan said so. There are a couple of interviews on YouTube where he said this is not the end. There's more stuff coming. This is just the end of an arc, just the end of an arc again, but not the end of the whole story.
What were you saying about the settlement, Flynn?
So Gaunt has got the right of conquest. If he takes a planet on his own, with inverted comments, he can leave the military himself, and he passed that right on to the Tanith, because at the very beginning, it's not really a spoiler at all, their planet gets destroyed by chaos, so they're the first and only, is why they're called that.
Yeah, that's why they're ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was meant to be 3 regiments founded, but only enough got off for having 1 regiment.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've got the whole bit, if they can take a planet or any sort of world, even a moon, on their own, they will have this right to settlement, and they can all leave and start new lives there.
Okay.
I think that is how they'd end the story.
I think the main, I think so too. But the main point where the series starts is a tragedy. It's like he's raising the first regiment of the Tanith, and while the regiment leaves the planet, the planet is being destroyed by chaos bombardment behind them, and so they know, well, thanks for nothing. We just volunteered for the Imperial Army, and our whole homeworld has just been obliterated. Our families are gone.
And we
Our
cannot
friends.
do anything against it.
Exactly. So it's really dark and tragic and sad and everything at the same time.
Interesting. Okay. I like it.
So no big victory for the Imperial armies, but just like, oh man, this is starting on a really sad premise.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they're just those who are pushed around, like, oh, look at those, and they are sent always like into almost certain death missions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the underdogs. Everybody hates them, and nobody respects them.
Yeah. And it is so little of this heroic thing, because you feel like every step is earned by blood and not,
Yeah.
it's none of this. Ooh, I'm the super massive dude who is swinging this big bolter, shooting things to pieces.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Very few space. Oh, sorry.
yeah, there are a few Space Marines show up, but they are
Very
always
few.
like those superhuman things. And there's at one point, I think it's on Garyon, where they battle against a Chaos Space Marine dreadnought.
Okay.
And then was it?
I remember the Wirewolves and they actually fighting against Chaos Space Marines, where one of the guys nicks his flamer. I remember. I can't remember the dreadnought, but I think there might have been one.
I think that was on Garyon, where it almost killed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's been a while since I've read it, but
Oh, it's
I
been
do remember
years.
something.
A while ago is good. I think it's, I don't know, more than 10
Decade?
years. Yeah, more than a
Simon,
decade.
But Simon, if you got a couple of minutes for some spare time and you want to chill or something, just buy the latest book. You don't have to be up to date. You don't have to know everything to really appreciate it. And for me, I think it was probably the best of all of them because it was so intense. Just buy it, really. You will
Wow.
thank me later.
Is this Archon one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think
And
Marco, you need to read Warmaster and then Archon because they lead right into each other.
I know what
There's
you
no
want.
time gap.
I think I've stopped short before Archon. I
So you
feel
read
like
Warmaster.
no, I have not. What was before Warmaster?
Salvation's Reach.
Was that where they were stationed on that planet and everything's so chill and they're just hanging around and he just returned?
No, that would be Blood Pact. That's the beginning of the victory. So they have Blood Pact where I can't remember what they're doing on the planet, but they're all just they've been at war for 10 years and they're having their actual layoff time period.
Yeah.
And then they're getting all bored of it and everything, and I'm not going to say how it starts, so I won't spoil it for anyone because obviously it's 10 years worth of story happening. You could spoil any cliffhangers and other bits.
Yeah.
And then you've got at the end of it, they're getting put onto the mission for the Salvation's Reach, and I don't really want to spoil anything from that again. And then you have Warmaster, and then you have
Salvation's Reach is ringing a bell, but yeah. Anyway,
Do you read them in English, Simon?
yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
said that's why I'm speaking English.
You did say that.
Because when I was in school, I didn't care for school very much. I had those books under my desk, and
Yeah.
while everyone was doing school, I was reading that stuff.
You were studying English. Like a nerd.
Yes.
funny thing.
Sadly,
it's
my
the
teacher
same
didn't.
Didn't agree?
No, my teacher did not agree, sadly, but
Funny thing, it was the same for me. I was an average English student, but when I discovered White Dwarf and 40k, it was all different.
I still remember you telling me about the Cybot.
That came later. When I
Okay.
started, there was no German 40k at all. Thankfully. But guys,
Yeah,
you know
and
what?
What?
It's been a great evening, but I gotta go up early tomorrow. Got a busy day ahead.
Yeah, it's really late for you
So I have to
guys.
leave.
I've got to go have dinner.
Half past 12.
Oh god, thanks for staying on for so long.
Well, I actually made some progress today, which is kind of different.
Good.
that's really good.
Well, then it sounds like it's a good time to call it.
Yep.
Oh, so Simon, did you do your transfers? David Hill says that he's got to go, but he's interested in Space Wolf transfers.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got them noted down on here for him.
Oh, thanks.
There are anyone interested in those?
So Peter Hansen for the Undead and the Sisters ones.
Okay.
And then I think David Hill's for the Space Wolves.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Okay.
Gonna plong those over on Instagram messages to you.
Nice. Thanks a lot for that.
If Bargaste is still here, Bargaste, you never sent me that fluff about the Dominatrix. Hook me up, buddy. But yeah, let's call it. Good night, everybody. Thanks for staying up so late with us, folks in Europe.
Wait, I'm not done with that collarbone.
What?
You need to.
Okay, well, you
I'm
can keep
so
streaming, but I'm gonna go have dinner, and Marco's gonna go to bed, and I don't know what Flynn's gonna do.
Most I go a bit, I've got to get up for work.
No, I'm joking. You guys go ahead. I just can't leave this here right now because otherwise I cannot pick it up again.
Okay. Well, good luck.
You have some whiskey left, Simon?
Yes, I do.
Oh, mine's empty. It's just
Okay,
water
good,
now.
good.
Oh, Simon, I forgot to tell you. I went and got your whiskey.
Woo! Nice.
So yeah, good stream. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
And Flynn, thank you so much for helping out.
It was good fun.
That's alright. Everyone
Yeah.
talks about kangaroo nids.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, so basically I was so excited about... You've seen the conversions people do where they put the Hive Tyrant flying tail, but have the hooved feet
Yes.
and legs on there?
Yeah.
I can't stand it if it's not like the feet aren't like on some rocks or something, because I just see it as a kangaroo or Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh man, nice. I think it's a really smart solution, especially because they give you 2 tails and 2 sets of legs, and the set of legs that has the talons on the end of it, you can just cut off the talons at a point, and it's just hooves.
Yeah, it's just I just see it as like it's just bouncing along on its tail instead of like being on its thing. It's just, I think if you look at the chat, they will go like, "Yep, kangaroo nids."
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't get what it was about. Oh man, good.
Yeah, so I just can't not see it as a kangaroo now.
Hey, oh, but it's really easy to flip that tail around. This is the kangaroo tail. You just have to cut it. No, you just flip it upside down, and then you got to sculpt plates on the back. But I think
yeah,
you
that
just
way,
gotta
yeah.
you gotta cut it. I don't know where you. I cut it somewhere. I don't know. I think you can basically just like take it and flip it around, and then you just have to fill in the part that's missing. But it works really well for a standard Tyrant tail. That's whipping.
Oh
around.
yeah, like that. Yeah, but it's when it's sitting on the actual.
Oh yeah,
when
the
tail's
this thing.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got you. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Brilliant.
I got to roll. Thanks for entertaining the Norn Queen when she tried to take over the stream. Don't give her any ideas.
Yeah.
You say hi to her from us.
I certainly will.
Yeah.
I'll tell her that she was a hit.
She was, certainly.
She was.
Alright, see you all.
All right, thanks, guys.
Stay.
See ya, and happy
Yeah.
Easter.
Happy Easter.